Hey you, I'm the Queen of Shade. Welcome to the interview. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and hit my Cash App to support your favorite content creator. Now let's get to the interview. Mwah.
I can think about a million reasons why you need to burn in hell. You're a liar and a cheater, a con artist telling tales. Been rejected, disrespected, boy, your abuse never fails. I'm so done, boy, really done, boy, now I'm staying to myself. I'm so stoic. 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 I'm so stoic.
Salutations to foes. This is your fabulous leader, the Queen of Shade, coming to you with another special presentation. Speaking to people all over the world, it has been quite an enjoyable treat to get to know beautiful souls from all over the world. And having said that, I have someone that you need to meet. This person is a bona fide social media influencer with over 4 million likes on TikTok and over 299 followers there. Also, they're very large on BIGO. I would like to introduce you, ladies and gentlemen, to King Baby. Now we can do it right. Now we can do it right. How you doing?
Right. I'm all right.
So listen, I asked you a question and I wanted you to hold it because I asked it off camera and I'm gonna ask again. So let me build it a little bit. So first of all, it's lovely to see you.
As you as well. I'm glad we finally did this.
I was getting ready to say, I am so sorry. I had to move this interview twice. And I
think the first one was my fault though.
It's always the host's fault. It's never the guest's fault.
All right.
Okay. So yeah, I had to move this interview twice. And today I said, I must do this interview today. Today's my day off. But my thing is, it's my day off. But listen, a promise is a promise. And I couldn't wait to speak to you because I knew that we were going to have an amazing conversation and that it was one that the people needed to hear and one that the people needed to know. And I couldn't wait for you to grace my platform. So I just want to say thank you for gracing my platform and getting into this conversation with me.
All right. Thank you.
You're very welcome. So get this. Your name is King Baby. You have over 4 million likes on TikTok. That is actually, yes, that is, first of all, that's an achievement. So kudos to you because that is just a large achievement, a monumental achievement. And the reason why it means even more to me that you have that kind of following is because you, from what I learned, what was the reason why I wanted to bring you to my platform, is that you put yourself out there, unapologetic, and you're just being yourself. And literally, the world answered and let you know, hey, we like it, keep doing it. We love it, keep doing it. Now, I already know because I've been watching your videos, so I know how you answer the questions, but I usually don't get into this because it's nobody's real like business. Because people look at me. What are your pronouns? I go by he and she because I'm two-spirited. So that's me. I'm not transgendered. I'm just a cross-dresser. Transillusionist is what I call it. But I like it. Thank you. I remember a video watching you, and this video I actually shared on my Instagram platform because it was so moving, because it was exactly how I felt before I was old enough to do this. I'm 40 now. I turned 40 in September. So before I was old enough to take my own identity, and that's what people need to understand. It's identity. It is different from sexual orientation. This is identity. So before I could formulate and create my identity, I had people basically trying to tell me what I was my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
And I found that to be so jarring. And so it gave me anxiety. It gave me a lot of anxiety because when people would say to me what they said I was going to be, oh, you're gay or you're this or you're that, the anxiety came because whenever they said it to me, it always had a negative connotation.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
tones. Even when somebody's trying to be nice about it, it's to set the tone with it. I
Yeah.
tell you, I understand that. But
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't really, I didn't really get that because I only really had my mama or my dad. When I was with my mom, I was the only child.
Mhm.
You know, my mom was okay with it. And then when she dropped me off on my dad, once again, I'm still the only child, so I never really had nobody to like punch at me or tell me, yo, you gonna be this or you should be that or you look good as this or you look good as that. It was just me going through life like, shit, what I want to be, you
Yeah.
know.
And see, that's the beautiful and that's the beautiful part of it because the video that I'm speaking of, you know, they like people listen, this is so funny,
Yeah,
but you're gonna get this immediately from me. People give me a lot of shit about the sound of my voice. They,
yeah, yeah.
they, they give me, even when I'm not dressed like this, they call me she, they're disrespect. Like they just give me a lot of shit about my voice. And my voice is actually how I make my money. I do this, I
Right.
sing, I have podcasts, like my voice is, and it was the thing that people tried to make me hate the most about myself growing up.
Mm-hmm.
It was the thing that it always was attached to trauma and pain because it always brought trauma and pain. My family moved me out of the inner city into the suburbs because I was being bullied and beaten up. Because why do you sound like that? You sound like a girl. You sound like this. And I used to come home crying to my grandmother, and my grandmother would always sit me on her lap and she would say, "Sweetie, you can't change your voice.
Right.
You were born with it. It is what it's going to be. You can't change
Yeah.
it. So don't fret over something you can't change."
And I'm glad I embraced it because, like I told somebody, I was on live or something like that, and they were asking me what my niche was. Like, what do I do on TikTok? And I was like, you know what? I don't know. I just show up. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So embrace what those people don't like because sometimes just just being yourself will get you almost 200,000 followers and constantly getting paid online.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the thing. You have quite a following. You have quite a following.
Yeah.
BIGO, TikTok. And what I love is you really do show up. And my thing is you're awfully generous. Generous with your answers, generous with your time. Like you're just so generous. Get this. Now that I'm talking to you, the question I asked you, I don't even want to know the answer to.
Yeah, you can still ask. I mean, because
Oh,
the answer I have is still not a straight answer. You know.
yeah, well, you know what? Well, give me that. So get this. I asked, what were your pronouns? Because I didn't want to disrespect you in this interview. You go with your
Mhm.
answer and let it be as mystified as you want it to be. Go.
Well, because I don't really, I mean, I don't care. And I found out that's kind of a lie not too long ago, and I'll explain why in a second. But I don't, I don't really care. Like, I just, whatever's comfortable with you, since it doesn't matter to me, I'd rather somebody to be, comfortable and doing what they, or say whatever they want to say. You know what I mean? But the uncomfortable about it is when, like, I'm dating a chick and she's like, hey, yo, shorty, or say, ma, I really don't like that for some reason.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
But that's only from shorties I'm dating or I'm with. But like everybody else on the planet is like, just go for what's comfortable so the conversation goes smooth. You understand?
Right. See, you're an easygoing human being. You
Mm.
really, and you know what I love? You lean to your humanity. You lean to that. It's like, listen, whatever makes you feel comfortable. And in my life, my 40 years, I've learned that in order for me to be comfortable, people around me have to be uncomfortable.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay. I like it.
Yeah, they have to be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Um, I don't answer too many questions about pronouns either. When people ask me pronouns, I say just call me queen. So,
Amen.
because I'm the queen of shade. My real name is Bjorn Dufault, mind you, but my trademark name and my famous name is the queen of shade. So whether I'm dressed like this or not, if I got on a backwards cap and I'm walking down the street, if somebody says, "Hey, queen," that's fine because that's the name I gave myself. I built that name, and I
Right.
built the brand and everything that goes with it. So that name I answer to because I'm proud of it, but
Right.
as far as,
Yeah. Same.
yeah, and, so many people, they try to go deeper. They go, well, this, that, and the other. And I got into the habit of saying this. I got into the habit of saying, um, basically what you said, whatever makes you feel comfortable. I answer
Yeah.
the I answer the role. You know,
People that have got a problem with it most of the time, they're going through their own journey and their own path, and they're honestly trying to figure it out themselves. So they need the clarification when it's around them. Because at the end of the day, I hate to say it, it's not that it doesn't matter,
yeah,
right? But it's not going to change anything. So it doesn't matter.
yeah,
Let's let it go. Just let it ride. Just breathe.
yeah. You know what's so crazy too? I think people ask, this is so crazy. This is my opinion. It's an unpopular opinion. But I think people ask about sexual orientation and pronouns because they're trying to like in an underlying way, figure out if they have a shot with us, how to approach us to have a shot with us. Because this is the thing, like if like I find that, sexual orientation, why would you be asking me if I'm not going to bed with you?
Yeah.
And
Yeah. I mean,
yeah,
you gotta understand. I'm gonna say it like this. That's true to a certain extent. I just think because people just curious. It's like scrolling online. When you scroll something, you can see a video. Now you're trying to go into the page just to see what they really talking about. People just curious, and that's okay. That's human.
yeah.
You know what I mean? That's all right. Let them ask their questions. Go and give them their answer. You know when they asking it and they being ignorant about it, and when they asking, they truly just want to know. You know what I mean? You know what to entertain. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what's so crazy? I love your spirit, but you know what it is? Like if they scroll the page long enough, they're gonna
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna get their answers. So why do you then have to come to me and interrupt me? Because clearly I'm working hard on this page.
Yeah.
So you already got your answer. You already know your answer because you, like we're very generous with letting people know what's up. So it's like, okay, so if you keep scrolling and you listen to me enough, I
Yeah.
have spelled out what I want to be called, how I want
Yeah.
to be addressed. It really, what's so crazy? I didn't, until this moment, I didn't realize how like I said, it's really uncomfortable. I didn't realize that until till now. Like I'm a two-spirited being. I'm a shaman, African shaman. So, I came with both a masculine and a feminine spirit in one body. And the crazy thing is, there's a young intellect that I follow from Africa. Her page, I can't remember her name right now, but what she does is she talks about how, in the African custom, there are so many rites of passage, basically. And I saw her video the other day. She said, when you're born, you get a rite of passage. When you're entering into from teenagehood to adulthood, you get a rite of passage. But then there was an extra rite of passage and a celebration. She said, when you marry yourself, you get a rite of passage. And that African culture, this particular African culture, stipulates that you cannot get married before you embrace your divine masculine and your divine feminine. If that never occurs, she said, if they make you marry early, she was saying, in the marriage, it's not just two people don't like each other. It's four, as far as
Okay.
divine masculine, his divine masculine, his divine feminine, your divine masculine, your divine feminine. And she said, if you guys don't like each other, it's not two people warring, it's four people warring. And that was just that concept stuck out to me. And I was just like, wow, but I've spent my life, a lot of my adult life, marrying myself, getting to know
Yes. I'm
myself.
not getting with that.
Getting to
For
know
the
my,
last probably I don't know, three or 4 years. Nah, about 3 years. Don't push it. About 3 years. I've been in love with myself.
Yes. And you know what's so funny? I know you can attest to this. Isn't it beautiful?
Yeah, because it makes decisions easier. It makes helping people easier because you know when you are and you know when you're not. And if you can't, that's it. That's all. Because you got you. Let's go. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like it's just it makes things easier. You know what I mean?
Yes, it really does. And, my story is, years ago, I was diagnosed with bipolar 1, PTS,
Hmm.
PTSD as well, and acute anxiety disorder. So bring this up because I've had years and years of therapy, 16 to be exact. But there is, in psychology, there is this chart, and it's called Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And
Okay.
in this chart on the bottom, there's basic needs like food and shelter and things like that. Then as you move up the pyramid, it's like acceptance and family and money and all of these things. And then when you get to the very pinnacle of this chart, it says
Hmm.
self-discovery, self-actualization. And a lot of therapists, a lot of psychologists will tell you self actualization is the
Bad.
pyramid that most people will never reach.
Yes. Yes. Oh my God. I can't say it because I just had a conversation with somebody last night. I don't want to do that. But yes, self actualization. That's really what that is. Because sometimes, half the time, people be going through stuff they blaming other people, and they're not even realizing where they stood. They're
Yeah.
trying to have a conversation with somebody, and they're not even realizing how they spoke.
Yeah.
They just want you to hear what they say,
Yep.
and that's cool because you actually feel it and you actually hurt. So it's like the other person is gonna bend to that. So it's easy to be, you know, to stay like that because it's supposed to be so understandable. You know what I mean? Because it's your feelings.
Yeah.
But it's yeah, that self actualization is real. I'm sorry, that just poked me.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad. I'm glad. No, because what my doctors told me was, because of the mental illness, which actually turned out to be more of a blessing than a curse, it
Yeah,
allowed,
it is.
yeah, it allowed me to do all of this and build this. And I'm a serial entrepreneur and entertainer. But what they taught me was, because home life was so bad and everything else was so bad, and college, I had to come away from college, so I wasn't gainfully employed and all of these other things. And then being, for me, I am gay, like I have that label. Being gay, I was forced to go to self-actualization first. I was forced to
Mm-hmm.
start at the pinnacle of the pyramid, and now I'm kind of working my way backwards. But I was forced because I needed to know myself. I had to know myself because so many people wanted to chop me up. It was like, be this or be that or be this or do that and do that. And I'm like, oh no. Like I realized there was a need for me to define myself for myself and
And
for
you
them.
know what? I'm gonna speak something on that because I was the same conversation, but this part is about me, so it's fine. Uh, being alone. I've been alone most of my life. I'm the only child. I don't have any cousins. I don't have any aunts, uncles, none of that. It was
Mhm.
only either my mom or my dad, and then my mom jetted. So I was being with my dad most of my life all the time.
Yeah.
And because of watch this, and I'm gonna make a video about this on TikTok soon. I just don't know how to say it yet. Because somebody asked me, they said, you it's so great that you come from a loving home that you can be this peaceful. That's not why I'm this peaceful. I'm
Right.
this peaceful because I've been alone, so the love hasn't been interrupted by false.
Wow.
You understand? It hasn't been interrupted with people that could show you, oh, this is what love is, and then it hurts. I haven't had that. I've been alone. So all I have is my music, TV shows, myself, and what I want love to be. So that's all I have. That's all I know because I've been by myself.
Wow.
So a lot of people say, they say, "Oh, I've been alone. It hurts. You don't know how it be." Yeah, it does hurt to be this alone because I've had many nights. But understand the silver lining of being alone because you have a clearer picture than others.
Yes.
It's not people in your way. It's not attitudes. It's not energies. It's not things in your way. All you can do is see what you need to see. So sometimes being alone is beautiful.
It is. I've been, get this. I had I had a rough gay life, child. I had to come away from it. I had to step away from it. I've been celibate for 10 years now, and that was because, like, if I didn't do that, they were going to destroy me.
Huh.
because I was trying to go along to get along. And they were going to turn me inside out, and I wouldn't have known who I was, and I wouldn't have known what I stood for. And I literally had to say, okay, you have an idea of me. You have an idea of me. You over there in the back, you have an idea of me, and you want me to accept your ideas of me. But what idea do I have for myself? So
That
that's what caused me to like really step away. And to piggyback off of what you just said, 40 years old, I turned 40 in September. I've had my first boyfriend. I knew him 20 years. I had my first boyfriend from June the 30th to September 11th, and it ended. And the crazy thing is, it ended because I would not compromise the love I was giving myself. I would not compromise the attention that I was giving myself. I would not compromise the treatment that I was giving myself. I talked to it, get that you'll get this. I talk to myself nicely. So
yeah.
I'm not about to let somebody ever come out of their face and talk to me unkindly.
Right.
And that's what was happening. And I was
So
I was like, no, no.
my thing is this. And when people do that in the middle of the relationship, watch this. If you want me to do this because you feel like it'll be best for the relationship, or you want me to change this because you feel like it'll be best for their relationship, what the fuck did you fall in love with or fall in like with when you first got here?
Wow.
If you try to change someone, what got you here? Now, why are you here? You understand? So, I find those situations really cute. It's really cute. Really cute.
You know what? I know why I was drawn to your light, because you are brilliant.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You are absolutely brilliant. I got to reiterate that for them. In case y'all missed in the back what was just said.
Yeah.
You over here trying to change and trying to do this and trying to do that. Well, what the fuck did you fall in love or like with that has you here? It is funny. You know what? Let's talk about that for a second. It's very funny how people say they like you. People say they love you. And then you let them into your space. And I mean your space being you completely. And they start trying to rearrange you.
Yeah.
And then
I don't understand that.
Yeah, that just gave me something to think of, because it just gave me something to think about, because you know what's so crazy? Like me, I'm a consummate lover. I've had a lot of sexuationships, but only one boyfriend. Yeah, but only one boyfriend. And honestly, I knew before I even signed up that I didn't want it.
Oh no, we all know that. We all know that. Let me tell you something. When you got a little bit of doubt like that, I'm gonna say, okay, let me back it up. When you are in real love with somebody, or you in real life, I'm gonna say 9 times out of 10, because I don't know everybody's situation. You don't have no doubt.
Right.
You don't have no, maybe I could get over that, or maybe they've been looking past that, or maybe they don't think about it. It's already brought to attention. They thinking about it.
Yeah.
Okay, it's in reality. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I don't know. Some people just can't get it. They just try to change it. And they try to change it instead of just saying, hey, I don't really like you. I just like you a lot. And we should be friends. And if we want to have situationships in the middle of that or whatever have you, then we can do that. Yes. But just say that at the beginning. If this ain't really what you want, you just try to make it into something for you. Don't do that.
Yeah. And just what? You know what's so funny? You just summed up my whole desire. Like, it was, I'd known him 20 years. He was beautiful. I met him at 19. The sex was great. And I think maybe I just wanted the sex again. And because I've been celibate for 10 years, I just wanted to do it with someone who I loved, did genuinely love, and was familiar with their body.
Right. And when you're familiar with somebody, that makes it so much easier, so much better. The conversations, the TV shows, going to get something to eat, it just makes everything smooth. Yeah. So it's easy to fall into that. It's easy.
Yeah, and I did. But, his response, because that's the thing. I've grown. I don't believe people change, but I've grown a lot since I was 19. I wasn't this at 19.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't the international, the world queen of shade. Like I wasn't that.
Okay.
And I find that that was a little jarring for him to have to get used to too. Everything was a press release. Everything was an announcement. Everything to the
Yeah.
public. We just couldn't have, us time. And I was trying to make that happen. Like he lives in New York. I live in Philadelphia. I was going to make that happen. But, what started the arguments were because he was polyamorous. I'm polyamorous too. I got a lot of boys. But the
I love
thing
it.
was, I wanted to get a little bit more clarity on our relationship. So I would try to ask, and he would shut down. He would
Okay.
shut down. Like he would not want to define. And he's a Sagittarius. So, Sagittarius,
Oh,
they
okay.
tend to not want to get into relationships like that. They value their freedom. So
Yeah.
I understand that, and I understood that about him. And I understood that he needed to have his freedom because I needed to have mine. I never planned to move in with him. I planned to. It didn't matter. I'd known him 20 years, so
Yeah.
the town, do what we do, and fly on out like that.
I'm
But
telling you.
that was really what I wanted. But I think maybe I misrepresented that because I did. I wanted him to have the title. I wanted him to be the only boyfriend that I ever had. And honestly, he will forever be that. He will forever
Yeah.
be that.
So
And
never again.
now that I have it, I'm done. I'm done with that. Now I'm
Wait,
back.
why you don't? Whoa, 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 whoa. Wait, you're saying you don't want a relationship with just one person or two people
Well,
or the same people?
you know what it is. I'm gonna be honest with you because you're new to me. So this is the thing.
Okay.
I'm a bit like, okay, I'm a serial entrepreneur. I create
Okay.
I create content like crazy. On Instagram alone, I have 44,000 posts. I do these 60-second, I do these 60-second bursts of inspiration that literally come through me as I'm channeling. And there's about 25,000 of those. I've got 4 albums. I've got another podcast with 200 episodes on it. These conversations, I've done 236 of them. So this is my thing.
Right.
This is my thing. And I don't really want to have to choose or compromise that thing. So I tend to like escorts. I want a man who's gorgeous, who knows why he's there. We do what we do, and then you get the hell out of my way so that I can get back to my job. And then I call you again when I want to see you. And I like the whole pay for it thing too. That kind of makes me feel good. I don't know why. And I've known I was that way since I was 8 years old. Like people would be like, "Oh, I want a boyfriend, this, that, and the other," and I would look at them like, "Honey, I'm a buy." Like that was my thing. I'm gonna buy the most beautiful man I can. Like that. That was my thing.
Yeah.
That was my thing.
Okay.
And it's
You know
always
what?
been my thing.
I get that.
Yeah.
I get it. It's a clear understanding.
Yeah.
Instead of going through the dating and the conversations and making people feel good and all this. So listen, you know what you're here for.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do this. We might catch a movie if I'm feeling a little lazy. Yeah. And after that, you can get the fuck up out of here.
Yeah, and get it. And that's another thing too. And everybody will attest to this. I'm warm and supportive to every person. So even with the people that I hire, I'm gonna be warm. I'm gonna be me, I'm gonna be me. Like I'm not talking about no regular rendezvous. I'm talking about I'm going to Paris for a month. Join me the first 2 weeks. I'm going to Switzerland. Join me, the last 3 weeks. And make you feel good. But I want you to I don't ever want you to not treat me as professional as possible. Do you see what I'm building in there? I'm building that level of customer service. Because I find that people, once they think they know us, their level of customer care and customer service for us goes way down. And I don't
like Dylan being a influencer or whatever, people don't understand. Like, being in a relationship or dating, like if that person goes through something, right? And I'm doing an interview, right? I have to stop my interview now because of this dating situation the fuck I'm in.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I can't have that. I can't have that.
Listen.
I can't.
So, I definitely get it. Am I willing to sacrifice? Unfortunately, I'm not. I'm willing to sacrifice it. I'm a little different. But it's just gonna take, I ain't gonna lie, it's gonna take a long time for you to get there. Because what I want right now is I want somebody to be my friend for at least a year before
Yeah.
we can even date. I
Yeah.
need at least a year. I need to know who you are
Yes.
after you stop being that person that just met me.
Yes. After that
Yeah.
honeymoon phase, I need to see all
Yeah.
your other faces. And get this,
Yes.
get this. That's kind of like what I'm talking about. I like escorts because I don't want to see your other faces. Save that for the people that have to take your bullshit. Because I
Yes.
don't like I'm not, no, I'm not that person. Don't come to me talking about you, this person got on your nerves and this is that. We're not there. Like you're on my time that I paid for. So you better make sure I feel like
Yeah.
you're in this space with me. Like I'm
I
paying
love
for
this.
the fantasy. Oh, he said I love you. I'm so mad.
I love it. I love this. No,
Oh,
because
like
I understand that.
it
Because I
really
never
is. It really
No,
is.
because I never listen, and I don't mean no shade, right? I
It,
never thought I would do that. I never thought I'd buy no, but like as you like clear and say it, I'm like, you know what? Shit.
I got you over there. Like, but it's true. Like it's so true. Because this is the thing. And I think like people ask me, how did you be celibate for 10 years straight and not need somebody? And the point is, I'm a very higher level thinking person. There's a lot more to life than just some sexual gratification for me. I got
Yeah,
shit
it
I'm
is.
trying to do. I got shit I am doing. I got places I'm trying to be. Like,
Wait, I got a question. Does
yeah.
celibate when they say celibate, does that mean you can't self care? That's not a self.
Well, get this. You can self care, but even with me, I self care. Like I do self care, but I'm so in love with what I do. Like like get this, my grandmother, she's my biggest champion of what I do. She's a retired teacher. She's the reason I sit here because it's hard to be an artist and not have the overhead that you need. Well, my grandmother sank her whole retirement into me. And that's why I was able to come up and glow up and be this person that you see sitting in front of you that doesn't have to run off to another job or, can talk so freely and be so confident about what I want. Because,
Right.
when you work for someone else, when you are in a capacity with somebody else, you kind of got to scale back a little of who you are so that
Yeah.
they feel like they're getting from you what they're paying you for.
Yeah.
And see, it's the same thing I'm saying with this escort situation. I want
And I'm
you to
loving it.
scale. I'm loving it because I want you to scale back who you are. I want you to there was a clip, and it was years ago. I can't remember her name. She's a famous black power woman. She spoke and she said, in this clip, she was like, "Listen, you go to work all day for the white man. You smile in his face. You do what he asks you to do. You never misstep. And then you come home and I catch hell. I catch the real you. I catch that mad you. You're mad at him, so you wanna pound on me." She said, no. She said, no, no, no. Lie to me. Lie to me like you lie to that white man. When you come home, I want the good you. I don't want the bad you. I don't want you opening a can on me. I don't want you unleashing on me. I want that same you that you give that white man that he would never ever know that you hate his guts and literally will kill him where he stands. And that's how I am. That's how I am. I'm like, listen, lie to me. My thing is, and I want the fantasy. Some people like when the fantasy is over. I want the fantasy. That's all that's all I want.
Ain't nothing wrong with that because I believe the two real life points of living is to love and to be happy.
Yes.
And whatever that may take, do your thing.
Yes.
Because that's what we're here for. Because if you notice everything in between, it really doesn't matter. It happened and it still don't matter. You still mad.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
I feel you.
And being happy, I realized something. I said this in one of those 60-second videos I said. I said, I was speaking on couples and I said, you can't make him happy. You can't make her happy. Why? Because you're not the one that made her sad.
Mm.
You're not the one that fucked her up. The only person that's going to be able to undo that is the person that did it. So trying to make people happy because you will never, it will never be you. It will never be you. If she, and I mean this, because, people come with emotional scarring and baggage. Oh, this hurt me. Oh, this person did this. The person did that. The only one that can undo that baggage is that person that did it. Because you're going to make me pay for everything they did. If I do something that remotely reminds you of something that they did, I'm catching it for me and them. And I don't want it.
You know what? I guess I'm a hopeless romantic. As soon as you said that, the first thing I thought was challenge accepted. Watch this. Because I'm going to try to make you happy.
Listen,
I'm going to try to do it. But I know I do understand trying to make somebody happy. Watch this. I can do it, right? But if I do it, that means I'm there happy and they're not happy.
Oh, yes. You see, I'm like, this is the thing. I'm so self-contained. Okay. I'm so self-contained. I've had this ring on my finger for 8 years. My grandmother got it for me. It's nothing special. It's just titanium. And it literally symbolizes my belonging to self. I've never taken it off, not to do anything, because literally when I take it off, I feel like I'm missing me. Right. This is my reminder that I belong to me. And, it spills into my work. Because, I started at 22 years old. I got the opportunity to go to Paris. I was a fashion model. I was a runway model. And I was very androgynous.
I believe that.
Yeah, I was very androgynous. And, and then mental illness rose its head. But look at this. Once again, they wanted something from me I wasn't ready to give. So I had to get out of there. Then I come back to the States and I go into music. And I'm about to sign with a major record label out of New York City. And they wanted something from me that I was not prepared to give. Yeah. And it just continued that way, acting the same way. They wanted to offer me Dr. Pepper commercials because they liked my voice and all of these things. And they wanted something from me I was not prepared to give. And now I'm in a position where I get to keep it for myself. So get this. I keep it for myself. And behind this glass, behind this screen of my phones, I share it with the world, but it's still mine because I didn't have to give it up. I shared it. I didn't have to give it up. It's still mine. When I stop that video, I still got all of my parts.
Right.
I'm not looking, when you sign a record deal, you're giving up. You're giving up your masters. You're giving up ownership. You're missing a part. I don't live like that. I don't want to live like that. I want to leave this planet with everything I came with. It's all mine, right? That means I should have every single aspect of it. I'm not selling not one part of me. I'm not giving. I have a song called Dark. And in the song Dark that
You're going to have to send me some of your music.
Yes, I will, because what I did was I pulled it all off of Spotify and all the major platforms, because they were killing me. 5 cents, 3 cents, 1 penny per stream. I'm like, oh no, honey, I can sell it better through my website. So I pulled all 4 of my albums down. But yes, I will definitely send you. So when I send this, I'll send music and you'll hear it. Yeah, and wait till you hear it. Wait till you hear it, because you're going to realize I give my best to everything I do.
I believe that. I can tell in your character. I can honestly believe that, for real. Not just saying that because we on camera and shit.
Right. I understand. And I get that. And I thank you for being able to assess that from me, because this is my life. I'm so passionate about my life, about my existence, about what I do. And I just feel like I've watched too many people, especially being in the public eye. Yeah. I haven't seen too many relationships that last. And the reason why is because they're brands. They're brands. They're big old brands. They come together and they look good together, and then there's a split, and then you got to try to go on. And it's not just that bothers me. What angers me is most people, not all, Some people, they soar in a relationship, and that's good, and I commend them. But there are more, for the most part, when a person is in a relationship, they start pulling back.
Yeah.
They start giving up time that they should be dedicating to their craft, that they should be dedicating to loving themselves. They start giving up that time. And I'm sorry, King Baby, I got no, I'm 40. And,
Yeah.
and by all happenstance, you know, those careers, they took me a long time to get through it, and mental illness and all that stuff. And I'm ready now, but I'm 40. I'm not 22.
Yeah, I get it.
You
I
know?
just told somebody that. What was it? I think I was last night. I had some conversations last night. Anyway, I just told somebody that last night, man. Success and love is really something that really don't go together for real.
It
Even when it
does.
comes to family, you know, if like I said earlier, you know, you'll have something to do, you know, as far as an interview, and you have to stop. And I think my dad, when he wanted to go to the grocery store and something else, so I had to stop my life, stop going to the rankings because I'm not gonna. I'm going with my dad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like, that's the thing, though. You know, love will get in the way of success.
You know
You
what's
know,
so
some
crazy?
people willing to give it, some people would not.
You know what's so crazy? I've been in this house for 7 years, and I live with my grandmother. My grandmother is my biggest supporter, my biggest champion. I will live with her. We will live around the world. Like, we will just always be together. We're just that.
Thank
And the rest of it, right? The rest of the family can't stand me because I'm so driven. And I get what I set out to do. Like, whatever I want,
Yeah.
I go get it. So they can't take that because it shines a light on when they quit. That's what it is. It showed, they see where they quit, and they don't like
Yeah.
to come around because it shows them, it pinpoints exactly where they quit had they kept going. But you know, my grandmother even says to me, she says, "Baby,
I like that you
I've
just
lived in
said.
this." Yeah,
Yeah, that
yeah.
hit home right there.
It hit home. Okay, well then elaborate on it. I can
No,
wait.
no, 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 no. I just you can continue. It's just I never thought of it that way. You know, when you think
Uh-huh.
you telling somebody, yo, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, they might just be not even hearing you. They seeing what they didn't finish.
They seeing what they didn't. Oh, yeah, that's what it is. They're seeing where they quit. They're seeing
Yeah.
where they quit. And then they're kicking themselves, wishing that they had kept going. And that
Right.
anger is manifest. That anger for self is displaced upon you,
Yeah.
and
That's what I'm
you ain't got
saying.
nothing to do with it. It ain't the whole argument they having, the whole hatred and everything. You just an innocent bystander. You because
Facts.
they mad with you. They mad with themselves. They're not
That
mad
just
with
gave me a better understanding on it. And I appreciate that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I listen, you're helping me. And this is a very intellectual conversation, and I can't wait. I can't wait to see the feedback because it's just
Yeah.
to the moon. But my grandmother, picking up what I was saying, my grandmother says to me, she says, "Baby, I've lived in this house with you for 16 years." And she said the last 8 years, because that's been the business, she said, "It's like you're not even here. I don't see you." She don't see me. She don't even
Yeah.
see me, and I'm in the house with her. Literally, she's on the lower floor. I'm on the upper floor, and literally, when I like literally, it's so weird. Our sleeping schedule. 3 a.m. I'll come moseying down the steps to go to the refrigerator to get something to eat to pop it in the air fryer. Like literally,
Mm-hmm.
like I am so I'm so driven by what I love to do because for me, before I was medically withdrawn from college, that's what happened when I was diagnosed bipolar at 19. I was very much so, and I still to this day, I'm very ambitious. I'm very ambitious. I'm driven. Like
I
that's
see
the
it.
thing. Like I'm driven. I call myself
Yeah.
the $1 billion voice. That's what I call myself because I'm like,
You
oh,
are.
I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do this. And I'm not gonna sacrifice on this. I'm not gonna sacrifice or compromise on that. I'm the
Yeah.
$1 billion voice because I'm gonna run straight through. I just, that's how I am. And
Yeah. And that's a good thing though. Shit.
but but also what you said is right because you said, if my dad says I want to go to the store, the grocery store, I'm going with my dad. I got to stop my
Yeah.
life, and that's kind of what I stopped doing. I stopped cutting into my time and allowing other people to have access to me.
Yeah, and that's why you the person interviewing me though. Let's just be real about it. Let's just be real about it. You know.
Yes, I love you.
I'm just saying. You know, when you don't have to stop, you get it done. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna still get it done, you know, but
Well, you'll
it's
get
gonna
it
be a
done.
different path. It's gonna be a
Yeah.
different path.
Yeah. But you know what it is? Like My grandmother calls me the phoenix. The flames that burn inside of me, and people don't even understand why those flames burn so brightly and so hot. It's because of my grandmother's story. She told me of all the things that she had to suffer with and the things that she went through and the near-death experiences and the sickness and the surgeries and all the things that she went through. And for someone, and this is uncommon in Black culture. You know, I used to have this mentor named Byron Nelson, and he used to say that, you know, the reason why you don't see your great grandparents or your grandparents oil painting over the fireplace is because they didn't leave you anything. He said they didn't leave you anything. He said, but if you walk into white homes, you walk into affluent homes, you see the ancestors on the wall. Why? Because the parents are telling their children every chance they get, we have this because of that's their sacrifice. So the child grows up understanding that the sacrifices that were made for them, and they don't fuck around. They go get what they supposed to get. They go do what they supposed to do because they want to make them proud to say thank you and pay tribute to their contributions and their hardships that they went through. And I work that hard because thank God my grandmother's still living, but I know the story.
Yeah.
That's what it is. I know the story. And it's one of, whew, it's a painful story. So my thing is, I tell her every day, she's 75. I'm like, you still with me? She's like, yeah, I'm still with you and I'm gonna be here a lot longer. I said, well, you stay with me because I'm like, you're my girl. I'm gonna take care of you. You've been taking care of me. I'm gonna take care of you. Like, like she's my reason why. But get this, she's not solely my reason why. I'm my reason why.
Yeah, I believe that, and I'm the same as well because you know, like it's been me and my dad since I was about 9 or 10 years old. So it's been me and my dad. You know what I'm saying? But my daddy struggled with alcohol and addiction. You know, growing up, it's how you know? So the streets raised me. I raised me. So I'm me because of me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I said, he was a good dad. He guided me, but like, yo, he couldn't for a long period of time. And that's the time where I made myself. So I'm me because of me.
Yeah. And, you know, that's a beautiful place. You know, people don't understand that the pain that we suffer in our lives, we're not supposed to suffer always, but it does come to teach us lessons that we will never forget. Lessons that they're literally etched and burned into the scales of our skin. Like, it's like we never forget them. And that's a powerful lesson to have because as you go on in your music and this and that, you will never lose sight of who you are.
Yeah.
It's impossible.
I mean, when you grow up and going through stuff like that, that stuff really helps and really more. I know it's like a hard time now, but being homeless scared me into living in a hotel. So it made me do things to make myself better.
Yeah.
So sometimes you gotta go through stuff.
Yeah.
You know, so you don't never go through that again.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know? Or you can help somebody that might be going through it as well.
Yeah. And, you know, that's where my work comes in because they look at me like I got 3 heads because I'm always on time with what I say. I'm always there. I'm always there. I'm always there. And my grandmother, she did a lot for me, but a lot of the lessons that I carry forward and I expound upon, they're coming straight through me from me, like my ancestors. Yeah. It's a straight channel. It's a straight channel. And it's through me. And what's so crazy is usually when I'm channeling like that, I don't hear what I say until maybe 3 days later when I go to post the video and I go to take and treat it or edit it or do something. And then I hear it for myself. And then I'm like, wow. So then I ingest it and it becomes a part of me again. Even though it came out of me, it becomes audible to me. And now I understand it. And then I share it. People don't understand. And I've said this multiple times. I'm like, y'all don't understand. I do this for me. It's not for y'all. It's not for y'all.
Sometimes when I find myself, I guess, trying to learn for myself, like you're saying, if you will, I sit here and I say a certain word over and over again. Let's just pick a word. Let's just say love. You know, and kind of really see what it truly means to me, not how it's supposed to be said or what it says in the dictionary. and I try, and see where it takes my mind sometimes.
Yeah. But you know what? You're not afraid to explore yourself. You see,
Yeah.
that's the ability of that's the beauty of knowing yourself. You're not scared that you're going to lose yourself. So you're not scared of going too far.
No,
You're like,
that's
no.
the point.
A lot of us, even I was scared of going too far. My grandmother had to get on me and she said, listen, you can't be afraid of success forever. You gotta trust yourself. You gotta trust yourself. Not that you won't make a mistake, but that you'll know what to do in case you do make a mistake. You
So
gotta
I just say, in that instance, I just say, like, just don't give up. You might fall 50 times.
yeah.
Just keep going, because that very next time might be the time.
Yeah. You're absolutely
Just keep a can-do attitude. You just gotta do it. Just keep going. That's it.
I see why your following is so vast, because with you giving out this kind of like mentality and thinking and training, it's just like it's a breath of fresh air. It's a burst of reality, and it's so good because it's not. I always tell people success is not magic. Success is not guesswork. If you keep doing what you're doing, you will succeed. I keep telling people, I tell people all the time, I'm like, I'm not happenstance or faking my way into making it into my success. My success is happening because I'm earning it.
Yeah.
I'm not, I make this thing because I'm very spiritual. I'm not very religious anymore. So I tell people all the time, you can speak things as though they were not, things that are not as though they were, all you want. Well, I'm going to be over here earning my success. I'm going to be over here actively earning and doing what I'm supposed to be doing to achieve my success. And, I'm not going to lie. There is still very much a lot. I'm afraid of myself. I am. I'm a little afraid of myself. Because
I accept my demons.
What you say?
I accept my demons. I tell you like this here. This is what I'm Southern.
Yeah.
And I've been doing and feeling this way my entire life. What I try to do is I try to do the right thing as right as possible.
Yeah.
And I'm not telling nobody to do anything wrong.
Yeah.
But once I've done it as right as possible, and I've done what I can do, I feel like if I was to take another route and to go wrong, or whatever wrong may be, I feel like God not gonna judge me, or He ain't gonna do nothing to me, because I did right. You saw me.
Yeah.
You saw me.
Yeah.
I can't keep bending for you. That means I'm not loving me.
Yes.
So, I'm gonna do the right thing as much as I can.
Yes.
And that to me, and that might be just me, but that validates when I go off the deep end. I ain't gonna lie to you.
No, you're right.
Right.
No, you're right. You're right. Like even my grandmother, it was so funny because we were speaking the other day and she laughed at me because, there is I'm not a hero. I'm an anti-hero. I'm a villain. I've always been a villain. I've always been the outcast. I've always been the one that was devious. The reason why I am so successful at my career is because my horoscope as a Libra tells me that I'm ruthless enough to get to the top. Ruthless. Yeah. But at the same time, I give so much love. I would never willingly harm someone. But if you get if you get in my way and you think you're going to stop me, I'll destroy you. I'll
I mean, but did they not ask for that? You got it my way.
Right. But get this, what gets me though, where I'm a little afraid of myself is because sometimes I'm praying they get in my way so I can destroy them. You see, it's the mentality. It's the mentality. Give me a reason. See that, and that's what I have to keep under control. That's what gives me pause. Because I'm like, give me a reason to do this.
I do that.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah, we all do. And it's okay. Because like I was saying, what I was going to say, I was speaking to my grandmother and she laughed at me because I was like, I was saying the divine. I call God the divine. I said I asked the divine why such and such wasn't working. And he said, because you're trying to be a goody two shoes. He said, you're trying to be a goody two shoes. He said, you need the evil and the good to get through. And my grandmother laughed.
He made Satan. Come on, God made Satan now. Come on now.
Y'all.
Tell you something.
He said you need the evil and the good. You need both to succeed.
But it just took it too far. That's all. But he gotta have it out here. That's it.
Right. Oh, I so caught that.
Mm.
He did. That ain't
Yeah,
my,
he's trying to
my
get
fault.
people to not even see. In
Yeah.
my eyes, I think negativity is not trying to let you see positivity. That's what
Yeah.
Satan is
Yeah.
to me. I don't really know if it's somebody up there, somebody down there,
Yeah.
but that's that's what I say. Negativity don't want you to see. They took it too far.
Yeah.
They took it too far, But sometimes you gotta remind somebody, and slap the shit out of them. I don't mean
Ah,
say it like
no,
that.
no, yo. You're right. You're right. You're right. I saw something online the other day, and it said that after your bullies and the badgerers and the haters, they're betting on your silence. They're betting on the fact that, oh, you're so kind, you're not going to say anything. You're just going to take it on the chin and keep moving.
That's
I'm
that shit family do, love.
Yeah.
That's what family do because they know how much you'll take and they know that you love them. So they
Yeah.
know that they can do this or they know that they can do that. That's how that family gets you right there.
Get it. That's why my family can't stand me because I done told all over my podcast.
Yeah.
I done told all over. And it's even with my haters, I will never be silent. I'm just waiting. See, my thing is I don't announce until I've got all my ducks in a row. When I got receipts.
See me, like the haters I got in my comments, I truly find it funny and enjoy their ignorance.
Yeah.
Because I understand you don't know what you're saying. And since you don't know what to say and your back is against the wall, you're saying the dumbest shit that came to your brain.
Yes. You know what? I love you already because that's the thing. I keep trying to tell people thought should never be an autopilot response. You should never. Your brain is so amazing. It was created to do so much. When you have one thought, so many electronic synapses start firing. Like literally, there's electricity in there. Like literally powering your thoughts. You should never be on autopilot. Ever. Ever. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Now, some things you don't need to think so deep about. It's quick. Some things are a knee-jerk reaction, but don't do it on autopilot. Like, nah, this great brain deserves to be, paid attention to. And what does the brain have to say today? Like, nah, yeah, it's so this conversation.
You don't never want to answer on autopilot. That's most of the time when you go on autopilot, you're not what they say, what he said on that video, they said you most of the time when you're on autopilot, you're reacting and not responding.
Yes. You're reacting and not responding. And honestly, it took me a long time. It did. It took me a long time because, like I said, I didn't trust myself. So I've gotten better with that. I'm just a little afraid of myself because I'm afraid of how fiery. And when I say fiery, I mean how much I can glow. Like I'm scared of the success. I'm like, whoo, like, can we slow down for a second? Because it like in these last couple of years, it's just the glow up is just going. And I'm like, ooh, can I handle this? Can I handle this? Like,
why do you think you can't handle it?
Well, and I'm gonna be extremely honest because when I was in college just 22 years ago, I was very driven and I was very much what I am today. Very intelligent, very much so. And once I was diagnosed with bipolar 1 PTSD and acute anxiety, they didn't find out until 5 months later. So I was sick for 5 months and no one knew because I could hide behind a smile. So I told myself, I remember when I got to the hospital after 5 months and I cried in the mirror and I looked like a skeleton because I wasn't eating or anything. I said to myself, you let me down and I will never trust you again. And people have to realize how powerful words are. I literally in my spirit felt a disconnect that literally took me 15 years to try to reconnect, to connect it back. I literally stopped trusting myself. There was a disconnect from myself. My body did one thing, my mind did another. Like it just was, I was literally on autopilot. And that was the worst time of my life. And so I don't ever want to get to a place where I am responsible for, because with these companies, they grow. You're responsible for people's livelihood. You're employing people and, people got jobs, this, that, and the other. I have to keep it together at all times. Or do I?
Right.
Or
I
do
was just thinking that. Why do you feel like you have to? You
Yeah,
gotta pick some time or pick a day to let that shit ride.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, don't overwhelm yourself. Then you're gonna feel like you're scared of success because you done overwhelmed yourself.
That's me to a T.
Yeah, but now I understand when you said about the trust, about not trusting yourself and just going through different things in life, making it seem like you're not getting it done when it's really just life happening, and now
Yeah,
you
with
still
life
feel like
happening.
you can't trust yourself.
Yeah,
So I understand that, and I'm only bringing it up, and I'm only saying it because I find it shocking that you would be scared of success. But I understand that. I
yeah.
understand that.
But you know
I,
what? You just helped me so much because that's what I need to remind myself. My therapists have always tried to get me to remind myself, but I always forget. It was just life happening.
yeah,
It was just life happening. It
it
wasn't
wasn't no
something that it wasn't an active fuck up. I wasn't actively fucking up. It was life
right,
happening. And but
right.
I'm so hard on myself. I'm so hard on myself.
You
Being
want the best for yourself.
Yes, I want the apps. Okay. Can we say that a couple of times for me?
I
I want
definitely
the
want the best
best.
for ourselves.
Yes,
Yes,
the best. And that's the thing. Like, I don't want to settle in nothing. Like and that's why it even went. That's why I'm even with the escorts. I'm like, no, I'm not just one. I want to sample all of the chocolate. Like, no, 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 no,
because
no.
I want the fucking best.
I want the fucking best. I do. You know what? This
Yeah,
is the first time I said this out loud. My therapist is going to be so proud on Tuesday. She's
that's
gonna
what
be
I'm
so
talking
proud
about.
because I admitted it. Because for so long, like I said, haters and family. Oh, you're so showy. Oh, you're so shiny. So what do you try to do? You try to pull back a little.
Yeah,
But but you have to let them know. And now I know, like now I have the wording. Oh, why do you act like that? Because I want the best for myself. Why are you so this? Because I want the best for myself. Now I
hey
know.
man, listen.
Hey,
If you just because you my family don't mean you got to love me. And I'm not saying don't love your family or nothing like that.
ding
But
ding ding.
what I'm saying is like, if I can't if I can't truly just be my fucking self, then are we fucking family?
Yes.
You
Oh
know
my
what I'm
God.
saying?
Yes. Yes.
And I don't want to push nobody away from their family because even though I'm not in touch with mine, I have cousins and aunties. I have a sister. I'm connected with my sister. I love my sister, but I don't really know my family like that. But I don't need to deal with that. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Because more people, more problems.
Yep. A lot of my family I'm estranged from. I don't talk to any of them.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
and it's not even by choice. It's just the distance.
Yeah. But mine was by choice. Like mine was like I had to get rid of a lot of people that just had the mentalities were just so backwards and so um just jealous. Like it was like, listen, you have life in your veins, in your brain, in your mouth, in your bones. Right now, you have everything I have. Well, not really. Not really. I must say, I'm a very gifted young man. I'm a gift.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a gifted young man. But like we said, my success shined a light on their failure. So I don't talk to any of them. Like I got sisters and brothers that I'm 2 years older than, 4 years older than, 6 years older than, and I say nothing to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, try your best to reach out, man, but at the same time, just don't alter or change yourself for it at all. You know what I'm saying?
You know
Like
what's
I done went around my family and stuff like that. They don't dislike me, I don't dislike them, nothing like that. So it's not really a same situation. Like I said, it's just distance, but still, just try. Just
you know what's so funny? I'm
try
40.
a little bit.
Get it. I'm 40. I tried.
Okay, right.
Get it.
I'm
I
still
could
out here.
get it. I could get no. The reason why I say that is because this year I had my brother in my home and he stayed with us. And we're talking in March. He stayed a whole year. So he came last March. This March, my brother is schizophrenic. See, I'm bipolar. He's schizophrenic. He tried to kill me and my grandmother in our house. I had to fight him for my life and my grandmother's life.
Okay, so now that's different. You definitely want to maybe separate.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
the girls are no better because they have so much mental illness, like in between them, and then they do things like I'm working online, and then you know how. Listen, you know how ghetto people could be. This is my job. This ain't for shits and giggles. So then what
Right.
they want to get in, they want to take, and you they get mad at you where they want to show up at your job.
Mm.
So then I got all these motherfuckers coming out of the woodwork saying shit on my page and trying to air me out. And I'm like, I ain't talked to you in
Yeah.
forever. So I
I'm
digress.
so glad that ain't popped up on me yet. I'm
I ain't,
glad.
but get it as you continue.
Well, you know what? One did actually, and it was very it. I'm gonna figure out who it was. I believe me, but
Yeah,
it happened a while back. But I got a dog right here that's making a lot of noise, and
that's
she
okay.
has two mothers,
Okay.
and one of my baby mothers passed away.
Okay.
And somebody got in my live and they were trying to say, that I was responsible for the situation and
Oh
everything. It was crazy.
no.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. So like that happened and that got under my skin. But I haven't had any family or any females come out the woodwork on me.
Good. I'm
But
glad.
that,
But you don't even need that. You know what's so funny? Block. That block
you
button.
know what's funny? I don't. I
What?
don't. You wanna know why? Because I want that person to, and this is my, you know what? Don't listen to this. This is not advice. This is just what I did. Okay? Listen, I don't want to block you. I want you to keep talking because I know eventually you're gonna slip up and you're gonna say something that make me realize who the fuck you is. And
Yeah.
I promise you. But that's something, like I said, that's just what I did. That's not
Yeah.
advice.
No, I block them motherfuckers so fast because my thing is, I know that I'm a light, so I bring a lot of light into the room. Some people I just restrict so they can keep watching and have access to the light, but from a safe distance. But most people, I put them out because my thing is, if you can't behave yourself, you don't deserve to have access to this. Because I'm
Yeah.
over here minding my business, doing what I got to do, making my living, forging my life, enjoying myself, and wanting the best. Like you said, wanting the best for
Yeah.
myself. And then here you come trying to with the fuckery. I can't. I just
I don't know. You know what? For some reason, I get a kick out of not blocking these people. The ones that get into my life, and most of the time, because I'm dealing with petty stuff,
yeah,
not people trying to bring my life on the screen.
yeah,
You know what I mean? So I'm talking about petty stuff. Are you a boy? And da 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 da,
yeah,
questions like that.
yeah.
I let it stay. I let them stay. I let them stay every time. And you know what's funny? When I let them stay and they say something, and then I told one of them, I said, I'm whatever you want to be, or however you want to call me, whatever you
I
comfortable.
heard that.
And
I
they
heard you
tried to
say
say
it.
something else. And then I said something else behind that. Right after that, they said, you know what? I didn't mean any harm. I just wanted to know. And you know what's funny? Yes, you did. But since
Yes.
I didn't give you what you want, you tried to come and give me love like I gave you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I let them stay. I let them stay.
Better than me. Because I'm like, I kick them out of the kingdom. Gone.
Yeah, yeah. I'm with the shit.
But you know what it is? Because people, it's not that, and that's true. It's not that what they say offends me. No, it's really not. Like I really don't care. I don't care. At all. And that's one thing that I always say being 40, like I really don't give a fuck anymore. And and I'm glad I don't.
Yeah.
I used to give a big fuck about everything. And I give a fuck about the things that concern me and the people that I love, and that's it. Like
Right.
that's it. But I block them not for me, but because I have so many other people that are coming to my space for a positive experience. So I don't
Exactly.
want them to have a negative experience while they're trying to leave their glowing comments and learn from me. And I don't want that kind of arid behavior in there with them. And then they're like, Queen, why don't you block this? I don't want them to take the focus off of what they came to do. So that's why
They alter the whole conversation and the whole.
yes, it's an environment. I create like with me, it's all about the environment. It's all about the atmosphere. It's all about the ambiance. So I got to set it up. and keep it up.
Let me ask you a question. Am I wrong for this? Look, and this is an interview. I hate it. Everybody's gonna see it. I'm gonna ask it. I don't listen. But am I wrong for this? Right. So I got a live going on at night on TikTok. I do like a little red light special situation.
Right.
And so I'm playing Joe, all the things the man don't do, right?
Right.
And we jamming, and then somebody comes in and goes, "My mother passed today," and I'm like, how do I cater to this with a red light special going on?
You know what you tell them to do? You know what you do? You tell them, you don't even have to, you don't have to say anything, but what you do is you can tell them this is not the right time. Like you wait till
but then I don't know. I just don't want to seem insensitive.
Then you know what you do? You don't say you don't say anything because the onus is not on you. The onus is on them. If you're dealing with the death of your mother, why would you be saying that on social media, putting it out there for everybody to take and deal with when it's really you that needs to grieve? So they're wrong all the way around. They know you do red light specials.
Right. And it's kind of like hard to, it's like I feel like I need to turn the light off and turn the music down and go, oh my God, are you okay?
No, hell no. Because that's what they wanted. That's what they wanted. They wanted to come in and take the focus. That's what they wanted.
And I can't do that.
You can't do that. You got all the people in here that came to see her. Listen, if I'm in Paris and I do a concert and I'm in between a song and somebody says, my mother died, I'm not about to stop my concert to cater to them and give them grief counseling.
Right.
Grief counselors for that. So what's that? What's the number? The number is 988 now. Call that line. They can call the suicide line, the grief counselor line. Like, no. Like, and that's the thing. Like, people do not understand. Like, God, that is so
certain conversations when certain things are going on in the live, like kind of like chill. Like, please.
It's not the right time. So, like, literally, if I saw somebody say that in my live, I wouldn't respond.
My best thing to do is like because I'm sitting there with my fucking shirt off and shit. Yeah. It's crazy. And I'm like, oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you get better. Baby, I want to do, and I'm trying not to.
Right.
But here we go. Right. That's the best I got. That's the best I got.
No. Because if you do that, then you're setting yourself up for a life to stop and cater to people whenever they say so. Yeah. And you're not that type of person, and neither am I. Like, the show.
I mean, no, but this is the thing. Some of these people that come in, they people that do ask me for advice, and I'll make videos and help them, or I'll stitch or get their comments and help them. So they see me live and they're like, oh, finally I could get that from them, and I want to be able to give that to them. But it's like sometimes, like, pay attention. I should, like, not right now. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, not right now.
But you know what it is too. You always have to remember this. The public wants there's only one thing the public wants from their stars. Only one thing. It will never change. More.
Oh yeah. Damn. In one word. Oh.
That's it.
She got that thing in one word.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's it. So you got to know that, and then eventually you don't do it for them anymore. Because if like it's so crazy, because even with my music, I did not ask them what they wanted to hear.
Right.
I wrote my music, what I was dealing with, what I was feeling, recorded it, and put it out. I didn't ask them, oh, well, what do you want to hear songs about? And none of my material, none of my podcasts, none of what I do did I cater to any of them. And it's weird because it started that way because my psychiatrist said, you are very talented, and if you use your talent online, it can help you heal faster. That's what my psychiatrist said. So the whole online campaign was for me. Then
you know what that was? That was that self-actualization you was talking about. Because it was right in front of you. Yes, you were right in front of you.
Look at it. Yes. And that's the thing. It helps you heal. And then what you do is, like I said, being generous, you turn on a camera or you post it, and then other people get to see it because you realize, oh, I can make money from what I'm doing, or I can glow up. I can change my life. I can do this. I can do that. But it's never, ever a situation where you're taking requests. Mariah Carey don't take requests. Whitney
No.
Houston don't take requests. Oprah
Yeah.
don't take requests. They give. And the people find themselves in what they're giving. Well, this applies to me, or this applies to me, or that applies to me. Like, no, like mm-mm, mm-mm. And this whole social media phase is so new to the industry because years ago, we didn't have access to our favorite celebrities and our stars and this is that.
Yeah.
We didn't have that. And now I can write under Halle Berry's, post like I did the other day. You are an icon. I've loved you so long and continue to be you. And you're just so, so gorgeous. And I can write all of those things to her and she can see them. We never
Yeah.
had that before. So you got a lot of people that now, you got a lot of people now that want to be heard and want to be seen. But I tell people all the time, because this is what they do. This is how they get me. Queen of Shade, can you do a video about such and such? And I always come back. I used to say, well, I'll look into it. That was my answer for the longest time. But then when it kept happening and kept happening and kept happening, I had to come out. I said, listen, I have a better idea. How about you start your own channel? Do your own content about what you want to cover.
Right.
Then you can speak to the topics you want to speak to. They never asked me again because I was politely putting them in their place. You're not going to use me and my platform to do your bidding.
Yeah.
I'm not sounding off for you. I'm here for me. Make your own and do that shit. It's so crazy how people are. It's so crazy how people are.
You gotta let them have it.
Yes. Yes. And I earned every bit of my name. Trust me. I try to stay calm and do but when they really vex me.
I mean, when it's time to step out, you gotta step out so you don't get stepped on.
Listen. There's a quote from Whoopi Goldberg. And she said, listen, it may not be always the time to flip out and tell people about themselves. But she said, but when it is time and it's time to flip out, she said, flip out. She said, go all the way. Don't hold back a thing. You go all the way, commit to it. And
that's my thing. And that's what I was saying earlier. Like, you do your best to do it as right as possible.
Yep.
But after you have done that and you have maybe not gotten results or whatever the case may be, I feel like that's when that demon is activated. Yep. That's when you fully let him go.
And you need it. You need it. I need my evil side. My mother was telling me yesterday, she said, you need listen to this. 75 years old. She's a devout Christian. I'm the shaman. I'm the African shaman. She saw something she didn't like it. She said, hey, BJ. I said, what? She said, throw a curse their way. I said, I'm not using my curses like that.
Yeah. No.
You being a Christian, up here asking me to curse somebody because you don't like what they did. I said, I'm not going to waste a perfectly good curse.
Now it's names and jaws all in the damn backyard and shit.
Right?
She don't even know what she doing.
No, that's not how that go. I'm like, no. I'm not about to waste a perfectly good curse on your cause. This man ain't done nothing to me.
Not this man. Yeah, let's go.
This man ain't done nothing to me. Let this man go. Yeah, I'm like, leave this man alone. Like, swipe away, swipe left. Like, what are you doing?
Oh, no, not swipe left.
Oh my God. I have thoroughly enjoyed you today so much. I tell people they're not really interviews, they're conversations. We just talk to each other.
Basically.
And this was so good. Oh my God. Before I say thank you and wrap it up, I have this thing that I do. I say, give me 3 words that inspire and empower you.
shit, that sounds bad. But
Take your time. You could be whatever it is.
no,
Whatever.
I'm gonna say it. I ain't gonna. I'm just trying to think of the next word. That's all.
Uh,
Uh, um, love, money, and happiness.
yeah. Yeah.
The money is what I was laughing at, but it is what it is.
Trust me. I do this for money, honey.
Yeah, you know, when you get a certain amount of money put under, it's a fire put under your ass, and it gives you, even if I know it's not just about the money. Like when you know you got a check coming for 10 bands, your motivation get different. You get to see the best you. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
you
different.
do.
You know?
You do. It hits differently. You're right. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
You're
And
right.
that's my motivation. That's what make me say, "Oh shit, I can't miss that. I got to do what I got to do."
Yup. Listen.
You know?
It's so funny you said that because those were my videos today. My memes today were like, listen, you don't get in the entertainment business for passion and fulfillment. You get in the entertainment business for money.
Because you could do it for free for passion at your home by yourself and watch your own videos.
Ain't nobody got right. You ain't what? No.
Listen, if you're not worried about the money and you're so up on that, don't post it. Just have it in your phone for yourself.
Right. But then
you want the money, don't you?
Yeah, they want that money, and they realize they want that money. Yeah, they do. They realize they want that money. Lying.
Right.
Oh, it's not about the money. Yes, the fuck it is about the money. Yes, it is.
You know what? And that really gets me. Let me tell you what gets me. Like the tarot card readers on TikTok, they say, "I'm not doing this for the money," but then they be putting their donation CashApp tag. And like, I don't understand. I don't mean to be
wait a minute now.
I'm sorry, but like, yo, stop saying it like that. Say it for what it is.
Yes, but see, I
Don't
love
lie.
it. I love that. You're very honest. You're very truthful. I love it. I love it. I love it. I see why you have the following that you have. And I just continue to be the best, the best, the best, the best. Now tell everyone where they can find you on social media. Everywhere.
Well, I'm going live on Instagram every now and then, but most of the time I'm going live on TikTok right now. I'm going live most of in between 10:30 and 1 a.m. at night for the red light special. And daytime, the daytime varies, but the nighttime 10:30 and between 10:30 and 1 p.m. 1 a.m.
Good. I am definitely going to make sure I put that in the description section. Don't go away.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have heard the vocal stylings of the very intelligent King Baby. Say goodbye to the people, but don't hang up.
All right. Have a good one.
So did you enjoy? I hope you did. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, and don't forget to cash at me at the Queen of Shade. I am your favorite content creator, right? Right. You want to see more of this content, right? Right. Cash at me. I love you. Mwah.
I've got my black stilettos on. Don't you make me take them off. I'm assuming first position. Gonna show you I'm a boss. I've been given 60 seconds just to put my thing down. I'll have you wanting my stilettos by the time I turn around. Turn that TV down.